And quite excited about it.
And if you read lips, wow.
Well, just quite excited. That's all we'll say. He was quite excited. The Celtics excited to get that 121-118 win to get back to 7-7 on the season. Time now to hear from Joe Mazzulla. The coach's press conference is presented by Amica Insurance, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Boston Celtics. Here's Joe.
Joe, we've talked about free throw disparity a bunch. That some of that's going to be accepted because of the style of defense that you play, but still feels like there is still too much fouling while you're defending. How do you guys clean that up?
Again, it's situational. We forced 14 turnovers to our 6, and we got 15 more shots than they did. And so it's situational. Obviously, you don't want to give up a flagrant foul at the end of the game. You don't want to foul a three-point shooter, but that's easier said than done. He's one of the best foul creators in the league. So yeah, I mean, regardless, there's always going to be 4 or 5, situational fouls. But at the end of the day, we got 15 more shots, forced 14 turnovers for 27 points. And so we just have to continue to play the way that we play, and at the same time have good situational execution.
And then in that same regard, you missed, I think, 12 shots in the restricted area. How did that play into their ability to come back and make it a game?
Yeah, I mean, again, that's everyone thinks that just because the closer you get it, the easier that it is, and you have to be able to knock those down in the restricted area. And usually, when you miss those, it starts a 5-on-4 at the other end, and you have a guy or two behind the defense. So I thought our reads were pretty good. We got to be much better, and when we get the ball in the paint, of making those, and then regardless, we got to sprint back. So I thought we made some good reads. They forced us to play in the seam a little bit. Nimi, made some good plays on both ends, but we have to be great. We got to be physical. We got to be great in the restricted area, and then we got to sprint back on defense.
Jack. Joe, those Harden threes at the end there, were you happy with the contest? Was that just tough shot making for him?
Again, he's a guy that he's one of the best elite foul draws. So you have to pick and choose how you're going to try to do that. So just like again, we're all going to focus on the last couple of possessions, but we gave up 15 points on second chance in the third quarter, and there was we got a great look by Payton. In the quarter we got a layup by Nimi, and then we had a D White pull up shot. If one of those goes in, it's a different game. So we just got to continue to execute possessions throughout the entire game. But he's a guy that's tremendous foul drawer. So there's no right answer.
That's what I was asked. There was obviously a switch flipped. It felt like they wanted a big run at some point. I think it was the second or third quarter. Was there something that you noticed that changed in the game, or was it just you guys missing shots that led to that? Was there anything that changed the momentum there that you know?
They put James Harden back in the 6-minute mark, and then they went to more of a shooting lineup to where you couldn't really double from anywhere, and he made some plays, right? And then like I said, we fouled him on a 3-point play. We fouled him driving to the basket, and so it's those situational ones. But they did a good job going to a particular offensive lineup, which gave them great spacing, and then he was able to go to he was able to create plays for himself. And at that point, you have to decide, with the shooting that they have out there. So yeah.
Bobby.
By the way, on the James Harden, Abby bringing that up 9 points in 19 seconds when she was talking with Joe the last segment. And it could have been 12 points in whatever it would have been, 22 seconds. Yeah. Celtics able to get this win 121-118. Eddie, one other thing that we haven't gotten to yet, but it felt like there was more of an emphasis on pushing the ball tonight. We saw them out in transition. The 22 fast break points is the most they've had so far this season. What did you see from them in their efforts to get out and run?
Well, it was getting the rebound. Number one, you can't have fast break points if you don't rebound the basketball. But look, after they rebound, guys are running the floor. They're sprinting down the court. Even Jordan Walsh is right there just in case there's a miss. Look, there's 2 guys down right there. There's guards that just in case there's a miss. Look at Cater running the middle of the floor. That is the difference. It's just the hustle and the work right there. That's just individual work right there. But for the most part, when you get a rebound, then you push it, and you get easy looks, and then you have other guys that can fill lanes, and because you're not going to make it all the time. Even Simon's right there. See, if there was a miss, Simon's has his back. That's all sprinting. That's all running. That's all hustle. That's all everybody being engaged to try to get that. Actually, they're trying to get a basket, to be honest with you, and that's what you should be doing. You should be basket hunting if you out there, especially if you're coming off the bench. I'm sorry. Because you ain't going to get that many looks. They ain't running plays for you like that. So if you ain't got – go on and get on out there. Eh? Get them run. How was
get those guards' arms going. So for me, it comes down to it felt like there had to be an emphasis, right? The Clippers played a double overtime game. They knew if they were going to miss shots early, if they had tired legs, you could push it on them. And it was clear when the Celtics built that lead. They did a good job of that. What happens in the second half? They start making shots. You're not getting as many clean rebounds, getting up the court. You're forced to go into the half court a little bit more. So I think they just have to be aware on when they are generating those stops, and the defense has been very good, especially when that starting group has been out there, that running up the court is going to create good opportunities. And Jalen's just so good and crafty. Like, he never feels sped up or rushed. He's just so good at finishing around the basket right now that the more chances you can get to get him in transition in particular, the better for this team.
Yeah, he had some great finishes at the rim there. A few of them well contested as well. Celtics get the win 121-118. Jalen, 33 points, 13 rebounds in this one. When we come back, we're going to go back inside the locker room. Also, going to take a closer look at the starting group, which did so well for the Celtics, and maybe the bench they could have done a little bit more.
Maybe.
Coming up next, we got Celtics post-game.
Inside of 2 minutes. It's Derek White in the pick and roll. The change of direction. The triple. Check your pocket. I think there's a win in there.
That was the three that gave the Celtics the 115-105 lead. It did feel like they might be able to exhale and win this game with a little more ease, but James Harden did his best to make everyone probably shave a few years off everyone's life with that shot attempt he had to tie the game at the very end. Tom Giles, Chris Forsberg here on Celtics Postgame Plus. So Derek White, 22 points. You had Payton Pritchard with 30, Jaylen Brown with 33. The starters, and Scout pointed this out as well when he talked to us earlier in the postgame show. Starters really carrying the Celtics in this game. It kind of felt like, they build that 24-point lead. The bench would come in, and you'd see the Clippers kind of chip away on it, go on a nice 8-0 run. And before you knew it, this game, which felt like it could become lopsided, had the Clippers right back into it.
In a weird way, this is what we kind of expected coming into the year, right? Like that Jalen, Derek, and Payton would keep you afloat, and then we weren't sure what we'd get from the rest of the roster. Well, you found a little bit of gold with Nemi and Jordan Walsh and how good they've been with that starting group. The starters overall for the season, but if you just drilled it down to Kata, White, Brown, and Pritchard, have been off the charts good, and they rank up there with probably the best 4- and 5-man lineups in the NBA, and Walsh has been great since he's elevated to that spot as well. The curiosity, of course, is the bench, which has been better and probably outkicked my expectations to this point, had a really bad night. And from Simons just being...
Are you surprised he only played 12 minutes?
No, because he was so poor on his first shift, I didn't think he was going to go back in that game. I was actually surprised they put him in late because I thought the Clippers might try to expose his ball handling a little bit in the final sequences where they had to get it over half court. But you do want him out there for free throws, so I kind of understood why they eventually went back to him. And it's not, you need that offensive burst throughout this season, so you can't put him in the doghouse too much, but you do need to be he needs to be a little bit more locked in. Both him and Garza, they're capable. We know the story, right? They should be able to give you something offensively. You give up a little bit on the defensive side, and that was exposed when the Clippers second teamers were able to get them back into this game. But even Garza, so he scores 13 of the bench's 16 points, but is a minus 14 overall. Too many fouls, good energy in spurts, but the idea is the bench has to be more of a positive in those minutes. I don't need a ton of output. If the starter scores 75% of your points, that's fine. That's kind of what we expect. But you do need to keep leads, and watching that thing get walked down, and then the difficulty of trying to piece the lineups together wasn't great for this team. So credit to the starting group for really finding a way to get this thing to the finish line. But the bench. Who again? I don't want to
Sam Hauser didn't even play 7 minutes in this game.
Okay, so I think this is now 7 straight games that Sam hasn't had one 3-pointer or less. And I don't know, he's just going through it. I don't know if he popped up on the injury report with a sprained wrist. Minot hasn't quite been himself. That the scouting report from Minnesota was that when he did sort of kind of fade, that he maybe didn't get his confidence back up a little bit. So look, all these guys, they need him. They got to be better moving forward. They don't want to sit here and hammer on him because they've been good in moments. But especially tonight, it was clear okay, you need a little bit more from that group. And it was just a weird night where no one on that group could really get it going.
And we didn't see Hugo Gonzalez in the game either, which a bit surprising as well.
We saw more of the Patriots Gonzalez than we did of Hugo in this game.
That's true. Yeah, Christian Gonzalez was at the game for this one. He witnessed Payton Pritchard going for 30 points. We're also going to take a look at Payton Pritchard as he's meeting with the media. Experience from the Locker Room is presented by Experience Abu Dhabi. Discover more about the incredible city at visitabudabi.ae. Here's Pritchard.
Like, what was going through your mind? What were you guys saying to each other at the end there?
Like on the last play?
Yeah, and then had 9 points in 19 seconds.
Yeah, he hit some incredible shots. Honestly, that was just a good play by them. Zubac caught it. Something we can learn from. We could probably foul Zubac in that situation, put him at the line, didn't rebound. But that was a good play. Harden had a good shot. But, yeah, scoring 9 points in that time is crazy.
Encouraging, you guys were able to get the clutch win.
For sure. Take every win in the NBA. Get back to 500, and, now we can start climbing out of the hole we put ourselves into.
Hey, Jalen mentioned that they were able to gain some momentum because you guys missed some shots that maybe you usually make, and they ran in transition there in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Outside of just making the shots, are there any ways you guys can prevent those buckets?
I mean, it's hard to just certain shots, maybe finishing in the paint a little bit, but I think we put them to the free throw line, which then slows the pace down, and then they can have their set defense, stuff like that. So I think controlling some of those, and then we all just I did a poor job of rebounding today. I could have definitely got a couple more that I got my hands on. So just little things like that can eliminate runs.
And then Joe mentioned they went to a 3-point shooting lineup a little bit that spaced you guys out, eliminated some double teams. Was there anything you noticed there that you guys could have done better a little bit to get in the rotation?
I mean, we had a game plan and they switched it up, and you tip your cap to Harden. He started hitting some tough shots and stuff like that. So, and then we got the win, and that's all that matters.
It looked like you might have tweaked your ankle toward the end.
He got me good. It's the first time I've gotten got like that, and I don't know when. So it was a heck of a move. I'll be fine. My ankle will be fine, but he definitely made me touch earth for a second. So.
And Jason's on the sideline, dude.
What was going through your mind at the end there?
Just hope he missed. It's actually a really good play. Just hoping he missed. He hadn't been missing, but.
What kind of resiliency did you guys show to get this win in the clutch?
Yeah, I thought we did a lot of good things. Obviously, a lot of things that we need to tighten up, but just kind of finding a way. And then, obviously, James has been making shots like that his whole career, and so just sticking with it, be able to execute our out of bounds to get the ball in bounds, and be able to knock down the free throw, stuff like that we need to do to win the game.
Did you think about fouling Zubac on the final play, and what is the decision there, whether to foul him or not to foul him?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, when the ball's in the air. Looking back, now, I probably should have. If I foul him, then Zubac is shooting free throws. Now on the free throw line, to tip it in, and they don't get as good a look as they got. And so I was thinking about it during the time, and I'm just happy he missed.
Derek, you wanted a run in that third quarter. It felt like you kind of flipped the game a little bit. Was there any, what were you guys saying in the huddle? How do you feel like you reacted to that sort of momentum swing?
Yeah, I think a lot of fouls. That kind of killed our offensive rhythm. And then they're getting a lot of second chance points as well. So just kind of get back to how you've been playing for most of that game. And we knew that at the start of the fourth quarter was probably going to be big. And so just kind of get back to how we've been playing. And we had 4 more fouls to go finally. And so that was kind of a big reset for us.
When a team gains momentum like that, what goes into mentally, sort of like you said, getting back? How do you reset your mind a little bit?
Yeah, you got to understand it's a game of runs. Teams are good, and I think when those times happen, you just got to try to find a way to change momentum. Whether it's offensive rebound, whether it's just getting a stop and getting a steal. And so, anyway, you can change momentum of just, making a hustle play, whatever it might be. So you just gotta try to find that play and, know that there's a lot of time. It's a game of runs, and just keep trusting it.
Derek, Jason's been on the sideline a lot during the year. Is he talking to you a lot? Is he pointing things out? Is he giving advice? What's kind of his role been on the sideline while he's been out?
Yeah, just annoying me. No, he's obviously a great basketball mind, and so just there supporting us, telling us what he sees, encouraging us. Just a bunch of little things throughout the game, and so it's always great to
have something like that where you can like bounce ideas off of and see what he's seeing.
For you.
All right, Derek White and the Celtics getting the 3-point win over the Clippers to get to 7-7 on the season. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, look ahead to the Brooklyn Nets. A couple games with them coming up. Time now for the dunk and dunk of the game. It's all about the dunk. You got Nimi Keita with the follow on the Jaylen Brown layup right there. There's your dunk of the game. Celtics getting the win 121-118. So take care of business against a Clippers team that's been scuffling. And as it's been pointed out, this is that part of the schedule, Chris, where they got an opportunity to kind of string some wins together. And that includes a Brooklyn Nets team that has, they're actually playing the Wizards right now.
And how's that going?
Well, they're winning that game, but someone has to win that game. Both teams have one win.
Not sure either one wants to.
The Wizards, the Nets, and the Pacers have a combined 3 wins this year. And again, like one of the 2 teams between the Nets and the Wizards has to win. They can't have a tie.
And ironically, Brooklyn's 1 win is over the Pacers.
And they might get their second over the Wizards.
So I think we all know the story, right? Like Brooklyn's a team that's in transition. They had 1 million first-round draft picks last year. They're trying to figure out who's moving forward. They get Michael Porter Jr. Cam Thomas gets hurt. Like it's a lot of stuff going on down there. So I'll be very interested to see like what it looks like and what kind of compete level they have. But it comes down to the Celtics. If they are engaged and they are focused, then they should be able to build off these 2 wins. And tonight wasn't clearly as good as the Memphis win, but you did get your starters activated and looking really, really good with the way that Payton and Derek shot the ball. Maybe you can take that on the road. You need to get some of your bench going. But between the advantageous schedule here, where you do get even a couple more days off midweek, chance to rest the bodies, a chance to get these guys in a good spot. The schedule kicks up 2 levels the next week after this. So get those wins while you can, Giles.
All right, and Brooklyn led by Michael Porter Jr. scoring. Cam Thomas, though, out for a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to get you ready starting at 6:30 on Tuesday. Celtics pregame live presented by TD Bank. Stay with us after the game for highlights and player and coach reaction on Celtics postgame live presented by your New England Ford dealers. And remember, you can stream all of our coverage on the NBC Sports app and NBCSportsBoston.com. Celtics live stream is brought to you by your New England Cadillac dealers, the official luxury vehicle of the Boston Celtics. All right. It was a nail-biter down the stretch. A game in which the Celtics led by 24. Looked like they might cruise, thanks to 30 points from Payton Pritchard and 33 from Jaylen Brown. But James Harden did everything he could to put this thing in overtime. Could not hit the game-tying 3 on a well-designed play.
Clutch win is a clutch win, Giles. We're going to pad out those numbers.
Absolutely. All right, it's going to do it for us. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you Tuesday.